Hi guys, this is Donna with Love Rocks, and we're back today. We're going to do this little rock. Before we start, remember, if you would like to receive this rock for free in the drawing, you have to subscribe to this channel and leave a comment under this video. So let's talk about this rock. This is a design that I decided to do and send to Texas in light of the fires and the devastation for all of the ranchers, the farmers, the families that have been affected by what has happened over in the Panhandle. I wanted to make sure to support them, but also to remind people about what is going on and don't let people to forget right away. So I've made a lot of these rocks. And last week, my husband took a trip to Texas, and on his way, I had him drop them off at all the rest stops that he drove through. I now have had enough people ask about them that I wanted to do a video so that you could see how to make them. I would love for everybody who watches this video to make some of these rocks. You don't have to be in Texas. Leave them in your own states, and let's just show Texas the support that they deserve. If this was something that had happened in one of our states, they would be right there to support us as well. So let's get started. Started with just a regular stone. This can be gathered out of a river. You can buy them, whatever you need. You get it washed, get it cleaned up. I tried to find the lightest color stone that I could find because the red and the blue really darken up if you have a dark stone. So I found the lightest one that I could, and I'm going to go ahead and put white underneath it. I drew in the lines for the Texas flag, and then I'm covering each of those three areas with some white. It helps to lighten up that red and that blue once you get that color on there. So you don't have to do this step if you have a really light colored rock, but if you have a dark colored rock, I promise you, you're going to want to take this step. Otherwise, that blue will fade back into the black that you're going to put around the edges. So we're going to get that all painted in quickly. You don't have to paint all the way to the edge because that's going to be covered in black. Just make sure that right where your Texas emblem is going to go, that all of that area is painted well. The hardest part of this rock is getting the lines straight and trying to make them as precise as possible when you have an uneven surface like a rock. So once you get that in, I'm going to put a second layer of all of these colors. So I started with the white. That's the second layer of white that you're seeing right there. Now we're going to pull in the red. Please, if you can't see the names of the colors as it's coming up, all these colors will be listed in the description. So I use engine red. You can use whatever red you like. I like engine red because it's or actually I use Cardinal red this time. And it is another true red that doesn't go too pink on you. So I try to pull those colors and try to alleviate any reds that are going to go pink on you. And then the blue, I think, is ink dot blue. And again, I'll list these in the description, but we're just going to lay them in there. So you're going to wind up with 3 layers. Now, I did this video quickly because I wanted to get it up. It's better when you're doing this many layers to try to let each of those layers dry as much as possible. I did not give them much time, but I did set this in front of a fan between each color, trying to get it to dry, but probably not as long as it should have been. When you get that many layers, you can have some pilling off of the rock if you don't let them dry each layer. So we're going to put in those extra layers on the colors so that we have a nice even coat. Now for the emblem, what I did was I found a emblem of Texas and I drew it out on like some hard, like cardstock paper. just any cardstock that you might have. And then I cut it out real careful. You decide what color or what size you want. I picked one that would pretty much cover the middle of most rocks, but leave me some space to write around the edges. And again, I have to apologize. I did this video very quickly, and part of the rock does move out of the video here, and I do apologize for that. I don't know if any of you know, but when you're filming your painting, you're not looking directly through the camera. The camera is up over you and you're underneath, and I kind of got away from the camera a little bit there, so I do apologize. Okay, now you've got your 3 colors. There's the cardstock. Very simple. And you just lay it on there. I used a paint pen. It's an acrylic paint pen to go around the edges. If you don't have an acrylic paint pen, you can use a marker, and then you just paint around on top of that marker with your acrylic paints. But the paint pen works perfect if you have one. I will list that pen in the description as well. Now just hold on to that little thing and go around the edges the best you can. This rock has a little tiny bit of a bend in the top of it, so it was challenging to make sure I didn't get that paint up underneath the edges there. I wanted some nice crisp lines. Now, as I was pulling this off, it did peel a tiny bit of the paint up. I touched it up and it was fine. And here's your black matte, and you're going to go all around the edges with that. Now, I am using a spray sealer on this. If you have resin, you can also do resin on it. But for me, I just used a spray sealer, and I'll seal it 3 times. I'll seal the top 3 times and the bottom 2 times. And that's going to take some drying time, so I'll make sure and dry that for a couple of days before I send this rock out. So again, if you want to be in the drawing for this rock, you need to subscribe to the channel and leave a comment underneath this video, and then you'll be in the drawing. We'll do the drawing in about, I don't know, next week sometime. I'll put the date in the description. I went ahead and painted the rock all the way down to the very edge. I didn't paint the back of it, but I did paint all along the edges. Now, I did set this in front of a fan to make sure I got that dry. And then I just went ahead and freehand the writing on it. If you have stencils, you can put stencils on there. If you have a Cricut, you can use the Cricut and put lettering on there. You know, do whatever you'd like. I tend to freehand. It's not the best, but it's readable. So I just went ahead and went over it. A few places you're going to have to go over it a couple of times with that white paint. You want to keep that white paint thin enough that you can do the writing, but then you go back over it so it's thick enough that you can't see through it. You know, it shows up real well on the rock. The first ones I did pray for the ranchers, and then these I did pray for the panhandle. So you can put anything you want on here. Our hearts are praying for all of those people up there. So you can write whatever you would like on there. To me, this is nothing compared to what everybody has done for them up there. But, you know, I just wanted to contribute. I've been around the ranching community all my life. I know how hard they work. I know how devastating this is for all of these families, whether they're in ranching or not, anybody that was in the area that was affected. And, you know, if I can do something like this, simple little thing, and put these rocks out to keep people talking about this and keep people remembering what's going on over there, I'll do it. And it's a fun project, so I hope that you take a few minutes and try this. It is not hard at all. And they turn out very nice. A few touch-ups, and then we're basically done with this. We'll give it a spray, set it in front of the fan, let it kind of dry up, and then we'll hit it with the spray a few more times. So I hope you enjoyed this. I know it was a quick little video compared to the rest of mine and a little bit different, but I hope you try it. And please share this on your social media so that other people can see it. And let's see if we can get a wave across the US of people doing these. There it is, you guys. God bless you, and I'll be back with another video in about a week. Bye.